The potential to more than 10 times your money in just a matter of minutes, but also the potential to lose all of your money in just a matter of minutes. This is the power of the microcap. And after spending literally days staring at these microcap charts, I firmly believed I found a pattern. One that I could take advantage of and day trade these lucrative things to consistently turn a filthy profit. Would this actually be the case, or would I end up getting wrecked? This is my real journey day trading microcaps. Will I make it to the moon? Let's find out. But you gotta focus. Now before we get into my real trades, so you can better understand what's going on, I'm going to give you a quick background on microcaps and why they can be so insane. So first of all, what is a microcap? Well, in the world of stock trading, a microcap is typically a small company that has a market capitalization of between 50 million and 300 million. And to summarize what this really means for the investor is that typically these companies with a smaller market capitalization require less capital flowing into the stock to double, triple, quadruple, etc. the stock price. Essentially, there's more potential for volatility. Now with that volatility, it can also go the other way as well, so yeah. Now for this experiment, microcap stocks are not even what I'm going to invest in. No. You see, in the world of crypto, there are also microcaps. In fact, the microcap cryptos that I literally was spending hours looking at the charts that I believed I found a pattern for typically had market caps so small, sometimes only in the thousands. And throughout my observation sessions, I literally saw these market caps fluctuate so rapidly, going from the thousands to the tens of thousands to the hundreds of thousands in just a matter of minutes. But on the contrary, I saw many go from the hundreds of thousands to basically zero in a matter of seconds. So what the heck did I think I was doing getting into this? Well, I thought I literally saw multiple patterns, ones that I could take advantage of. Taking note of these patterns and writing down rules for myself to hopefully protect my initial investment, but also to be sure I would get out of these before a potential absolute collapse. I truly believed that if I just stuck to the critical buy and sell points I saw in my patterns and didn't get greedy getting out regardless of what would happen to the price in the future, then over multiple trades I could rack up a consistent profit. So did it end up working? Well, it was time to put it to the test. If you're into crypto, then you know there are a ton of cryptos. And you probably also know there are a ton of chains that allow users to create their own tokens on these chains. And during the time I was running this experiment, one crypto that had a ton of network activity for users creating new tokens and those tokens being traded was Solana. Seriously, so many small market cap tokens being created on a minute-to-minute basis, the charts flying up, down, sideways, all over the place. This was the opportunity I was studying and looking for. So in order to interact with the Solana blockchain, as well as trade these microcaps on the Solana blockchain, I bought $600 worth of Solana on Coinbase. I transferred it over to my Phantom wallet, which is a browser extension wallet, and then from there I could interact with DEXs or decentralized exchanges. And if you watch my previous video on meme coins with crypto, then you know this is how I would interact with these smaller cap cryptos in the past. However, because the microcaps I was looking at in this video had market caps so small and their prices moved so rapidly, and the liquidity pairs for these were so new, using a DEX like Radium to try to swap into these was just inefficient at best and usually wouldn't even register these new tokens. So in order to get around this, discover and also get into these new microcap tokens as fast as I could, I came across this website platform called Photon. Now I also came across the option of using Telegram bots like Blunkbot, but after exploring both options in a trial run, I decided to use Photon. It just had a clean layout, you could see all the settings, new token pairs, and the current profit and loss seemed to adjust quickly enough to make a rapid decision. So I created a new wallet on Photon, which is kind of a little sketchy, and then I transferred my Solana from my Phantom wallet over to this Photon wallet. And it was time to get started trading. We're in. So after browsing around newly created microcap token pairs on Dex Screener, I came to the conclusion that one of the trending themes for these token names had to do with like a cat in a dog's world, like an animal in another animal's world. Yeah, it's kind of stupid, I know, but it is what it is. Anyways, I came across one that had a chart that looked like one of the patterns I saw before.
B.5 right now.
That's right, a B.5. I had a name for all these supposed patterns I thought I saw. Anyways, what I expected from a B.5 was a big up, then a big down, then trending sideways for a minute or two, and then a recovery that was around 25% of the all-time high, which could be like a 10x plus from the sideways low. So the B.5 that I thought I found, well, I thought it was at its sideways low and would experience that 10x or so recovery. So I hopped on in. Then I found a chart theme mashup that I thought was literally tier A category, which essentially means I believed, according to the patterns I've seen before, that the market cap was going above and beyond, so I hopped on in. Yeah, not looking too hot right off the bat, but that's to be expected because in order to hop into these microcap tokens rapidly, you typically need a high slippage, and Photon's default slippage was 20%. So that means I could potentially get 20% less than the amount that I put in, and well, that probably happened for both of these tokens. So being patient and expecting my pattern predictions to blossom, I was surprised to find out that, well, I might have been wrong.
Not the best. Red doesn't look the best, let's put it that way.
But I still believed it would turn around, so I looked for another opportunity. I thought I found another B.5. Froggy Dog, hopping on in. It was up for a second, and then it was down.
Oh, man. Stick to the plan, stick to the plan. Dude, stick to the plan.
So what do I do when I'm down? Well, I go in with more to hopefully make up for the amount I'm down with, right? But luckily, when I did do this, I got into this one and trying my best not to get greedy. Within a few minutes, I ended up getting back out of this one with nearly a 30% profit. Pretty ridiculous. Oh, and then luckily, Froggy Dog went back up too, and I ended up making a profit on that one as well. And then there was another one I made a small profit on, but that was it. Unfortunately, there were 4 other tokens I went into that decreased so severely that it left me in a net loss for the day.
Whoops. I need to step away for a minute because like I'm not like following my rules at all. I don't know what the heck that was, but it's like I really want to impress you guys with this video.
Now the worst part about this wasn't even spending 2 hours just to lose $100. No, it was this crazy emotional roller coaster I was now on. I just felt like, what the heck, bro? Like, seriously, what the heck? I need to make a recovery here. So back in I went to try to do so.
Just give it 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. I'm telling you, I've seen this before. This follows the plan. This is looking like a grade A, honestly, and we're in it early. Just give it 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we don't get greedy, we go out. That's... Ooh! Ha! Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, man. It takes a little second. Just give it 10. Just give it 10. Just give it 10. Be right back. Why didn't you just sell out when it was up, dude? What is wrong with you, man? Maybe we'll recover. Probably not. Yeah. I don't know. Dude, in order to make up what I lost, like, I have to pull a miracle out here. This is either going to be a long week or a really short week, because I'm going to basically vaporize everything if I keep going like this.
So not sticking to the plan of day trading, Rather than finishing the day and selling everything out back into a more stable Solana, I decided to sell out, but then jump back in one token that I would just hope for over the rest of the afternoon would increase enough to recover my funds and then some if I'm lucky. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Anyways, I just had to get out after being glued to my computer for several hours. So after investing most of my remaining funds into this one token, I headed off to the gym to hopefully clear my mind. But dude, let me tell you, the entire time I was literally thinking about the what ifs. I could not get my mind off of the mistakes I made, the missed opportunities, and what could potentially be happening with my portfolio at any given minute. For I mean, these things move so rapidly. And after returning home, I checked on my balance and well, things were down. Way down.
Complete decimation. I think that's it. I think that's this video. What a joke, man. Throw it in me hat. Thanks for nothing.
Yo, please forgive me. I was so bitter. Like, so bitter. The emotions were real. For in less than one day, I literally vaporized $600. And at the time, this kind of ruined it for me. Like, I didn't want to look at anything crypto related anymore. I was done, man. Emotionally spent. So for the rest of the day, I just kind of sat in like this numbness, and I basically had to mentally recover from this over the next several days. I know it sounds kind of dramatic, but like, it got to me, man. I'm telling you. So what the heck happened? Now, just in case you're wondering, I did check the basic security fundamentals for the tokens I went into, which some are nicely displayed right in Photon. First of all, making sure the mint authority was off, which means the creator shouldn't be able to create new tokens, basically giving them the potential to inflate the token into just worthlessness. Also, I always made sure the liquidity pool was burned for the tokens I was getting into. If the initial liquidity pool is not burned, this can mean the creator of the token can pull that initial liquidity out whenever, leading to a typical rug pull scenario that looks like this. Also, I always kept an eye on the percentage of tokens held by the top 10 holders, because if this gets really high, that means, you know, one of the top 10 holders can basically just dump on everybody else. And then another thing I would look out for is new tokens that were about to be launched, but were launching with a market cap way above the amount of liquidity that was in that token. I think this was just another way for the creators to essentially rug the token without lighting off any of those basic security check marks. So if I was careful of all of that, and I also had my plan in place with my supposed patterns that I thought I saw that were going to be golden when it came to making a profit trading these microcaps, what happened? I mean, really, what happened? Well, first of all, being honest, my patterns weren't as golden as I believed. But second of all, and probably most important, I didn't have a good strategy for a decent time to get in and a decent time to get out on any of these tokens. It was literally just all going by feel. So yeah, that might be kind of naive of me and very un-day trader like to just go by feel and not really use any indicators or anything like that. But that's what I did, and that's what happened. So was I just done? Well, I thought I was just done. In fact, I thought I was just gonna bury this footage and never make this video. But then, 10 days later, my curiosity started to overwhelm my despair, and I began to look up basic day trading strategies. Now, there were like so many different ones, in fact it was quite overwhelming, but after going back and forth between some of the basic strategies and some of the microcap crypto charts, I kept seeing one indicator that seemed to be correlated with relative lows and relative highs on the 1 second chart. This indicator was RSI, or Relative Strength Index. Now, typically whenever RSI drops below 30, this means a stock or a crypto or whatever is oversold. But when it goes above 70, this typically means a stock or crypto or whatever is overbought. So if something is oversold, that might mean a good buying opportunity. And if something is overbought, that might mean it's a good time to get out. Now, on the 1 second chart for these micro craps, it seemed like every time RSI would dip below 30, this would be a relative low, and the chart would bounce back up from there at least above that relative low. And then a lot of the times continuing up until the RSI went above 70. Now, this didn't happen all of the time. Sometimes RSI would dip below 30 and stay below 30, and the chart would continue to plummet. Also, RSI is relative, so if RSI did dip below 30 and then all of a sudden trading volume just ceased for a little bit, well, RSI could then adjust to this lower trading volume, and then a smaller move in price could bump RSI back up above 30, heck, even above 70, while well, you're still not in a profit. But it seemed like there were some tokens, healthier tokens, ones that didn't just die after 5 minutes, that had decent trading volume, and had the RSI correlated with relative lows and highs on the charts for at least a couple of cycles. Well, it seemed like these tokens would continue to trade with this pattern. And as I observed this over the next couple of days, my confidence began to increase. And I eventually came to the point where I knew I had to try again.
Can't believe I'm about to do this. It's time for redemption. But you gotta focus.
After spending $1,000 on about 5.5 SOL, I sent it to my new Photon wallet and was ready to implement this basic strategy.
Not smooth.
So I browsed around for a few minutes trying to find a healthy looking chart, one that looked like it had a decent trading volume on the minute to minute basis, but also wasn't plummeting to zero, but most importantly a chart where the relative highs and lows of it were correlated with the relative highs and lows of the RSI. And it wasn't long until I found one. Holvin, or whatever the heck this is called, I don't know. But it was a chart that looked healthy, and I mean the RSI, when it went below 30, it seemed to bounce back up, sometimes going back above 70, and almost every time these relative lows and highs were correlated with relative lows and highs on the chart. The only thing I had to do now based on my plan was wait until the RSI would go back below 30 before I would jump in and buy. Which actually, when watching this on a second-to-second basis, was pretty nerve-wracking and seemed like it was taking forever. There would be times where the RSI would drop low when the chart would drop low, but not low enough for me to buy in based on the pattern I was going to follow now, which was frustrating because then it would go back up and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I missed an opportunity. But no, I had to follow my rule. Come on, man. And then eventually, in what felt like forever but was actually just a few minutes, there was a big enough sell-off to drop the RSI below 30. It was my chance, and that's when I pounced. When my fill order finally went through, RSI was already bouncing up back above 30, but hopefully it would continue to go higher. And the next couple of minutes felt like it took 10 years. But what do you know, apparently most of the market thought relatively this was oversold, people bought back in, the price increased. And as I saw RSI climb up close to 70, to be safe, I got back out with a profit.
Oh, man.
Now I applied this technique to another token I saw, buying 1 SOL worth when the RSI went to 30. However, when I went to go sell it, the delay that it took for the time to fill, the price went down enough to where I didn't come out in a profit, but I only lost a little bit.
Fast enough, come on.
Now it looked like RSI was touching 30 again and I was about to get in, but I just had a weird feeling and I didn't get in, and dang, I was so lucky I did not get in.
I don't know, man, this is looking... Ooh! I wasn't expecting that. That was lucky. Oh my gosh, that was... Oh. Jeez, it's going down. Oh man, that's so low. That chart is crazy.
Not a bad loss considering what could have just happened. Anyways, I decided to get back into Hulivin because it seemed like it was healthier. I saw the RSI drop below 30. I quickly tried to buy in. And then within a matter of seconds, I went over to sell because I saw the chart starting to bounce back up.
You get up over one. Come on. You are selling it. Come on. Sell. What are you doing? Don't take forever. Sell. Come on, you sick.
And boom, it did.
Oh, look at that. Dang.
I browsed a little more, came across another token I thought was looking good, but then luckily before I decided to get in.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's so low. Oh my gosh, good thing I did not get in. What the heck? Who sold all that? Where did that even come from? We're gonna try to make off of being so low.
Yeah, that's right. I was hoping things would actually recover from here, so I decided to take advantage and I bought 1 SOL worth of this when it was super low like this. Now it could have dropped lower, but rolling the dice here. Looks like it went up.
Two. Just sell. Get out. I don't care. I don't care. It's just too risky in here. Come on, do it. Oh, scrape that off the top. Ah, dang. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, not a huge profit there, but whatever, right?
What the heck was that? Jeez. Oh.
Then I went back to the Holvin chart, had a little mishap there.
Oh, shoot, frick. Oh, frick. Come on. Just stop it. You stop it. You stop it. You go back up to 1. You go back up to 1. You sick little purple button. You go back up to 1. You go. Just. Okay, I gotta get out. Frick. It's just not looking good. It's weak. It's looking weak. Oh, okay. That was not. Lost a little bit, not too much though. Could have been worse.
After that, over the next 30 minutes, I continued to browse, but I didn't make a move on anything else. I think the stress of trying to properly apply this technique and just like the ins and the outs of everything going on and the potential almost complete disasters had me burned out for the moment being.
I need to take a break. Because yeah, I was getting stressed. Let's just say. Okay. All right.
While I did luckily dodge a couple of complete disasters, overall this new technique I applied seemed to be working. However, after just about an hour of doing this, I was so emotionally wrecked, and I felt in this like weird anxious daze where I just almost was happy to be out, but also was wondering what if and what I was potentially missing out on by not getting back in. Being familiar with this weird FOMO feeling from before, I felt it would be smart to wait at least a day before I would jump in and start trading again, so I did. The next day I was ready to jump in again. Quickly after browsing, I decided to hopefully take advantage of 2 tokens I saw that had a huge sell-off, along with correlating RSI. Because of feeling really nervous and because I thought this was way more risky of a play, I only purchased a quarter sol worth of this token. Regardless, for this one, it looked like my strategy played off. So I did a few more trades with only a quarter sol following my RSI strategy, and well, I was able to continue to make small profits. Not gonna lie, I know these are small trades, but I felt like a total G doing this. Hopefully that wouldn't get to my head. And well, it kinda did. You see, I came across this one token that seemed to be having some good volume, and when I saw the RSI drop basically 230, I decided to jump on in with 1 sol. However, the price continued to decrease further. And then like I discussed earlier regarding RSI, well, the price of this token kind of traded sideways for a little bit. RSI adjusted to that sideways trading, and even though RSI continued to increase, the chart did not go up enough to put me in a profit with all of the slippage and everything, and I ended up selling out for a loss.
Everything we made, we just lost.
If this wasn't bad enough, well, I did the exact same thing on the exact same token again, and came out with another loss.
Dude, I'm so ticked.
After all of those good trades I made, well, the amount of profit was not enough to offset those few big losses I had, and I was actually down a little bit from where I started. But not to worry, it was time to redeem myself the next day. However, extra timid after that loss that offset all of my wins and then some. Over the course of about an hour, I only made 2 trades. Now, both of these trades were in profit, but the profit was so small because I got in and out so quickly, it still was not enough to put me back in a net positive.
I made like 2 trades. Each trade made like 0.01 sol, so that's like $1.50 each. So that's nothing. I'm like so burnt right now, man. I've been looking at this for over an hour and just like so wired into it. So yeah, I gotta take a break now. Although I don't want to look away. It's just so weird. It's like addicting, but you just want to look away, but you don't. I'm 0.05 down.
So I took the next couple of days to kind of mentally recover from these ups and downs of trading these microcaps, because I was getting ready to make one last trade, but this time going all in. What would happen? Would I make it or break it? Was this just self-sabotage or a play so risky with so much reward that I would be left on the moon? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the final trade.
Let's do this. Okay. One last trade. That's the theme. Man, that's getting low. This is selling off. Oh shoot, that's taking a hit. Man, we're gonna be a degen getting into degen. Ready for this? We're getting with 5. Even though it's down to 3, down to 2, down to, man, it's dumping hard. If I get in with 5, someone's gonna sell off and take it. But you know what? You only live once. Oh shit. Can't believe I hit the, oh my gosh, I bought it. Oh my gosh, I jacked that chart way up. Did you see that? Let's see if we sell out. Oh my gosh. That was way too much to put in. Why the frick did I do that? Oh, now it has an issue. Top 10 holders. I'm probably one of the top 10, yeah. Like this market cap, and I literally made the market cap go up to like 4 grand. Other people in this got out and took me money with them. So now I'm literally sitting here. I could sell out right now for less than half that I just went in with.
So yes, I made the grave mistake of putting way too much money into a token with a way too small market cap that was already in a downtrend, cutting my value in half right after going into that token due to slippage and then a bunch of other people selling out and essentially taking my money with them. However, with this token's market cap being so small and the fact that they did have a website and a Twitter, and it didn't seem to necessarily be a straight out scam, I was hopeful that this was absolute rock bottom and things could turn around, bounce back up. Heck, to at least a $10,000 market cap, maybe even a $20,000 market cap, recovering my funds and then some. Multipliers, baby. So I waited. And 24 hours later, I decided to end this, and these are the final results.
Why did I do that? That's everything I told myself. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna sell out. Let's see what happens. Oh. Jeez. So I went in with 5.5 SOL, and right now I have 1.6 SOL. So remaining amount of money I have left over, $344. Profit or loss right here. What do we got? What do we got? Looks like it's a loss. Alright. To be honest, guys, I'm actually pretty devastated right now. First of all, it was a lot of money to lose. Never invest what you're not willing to lose. I was content with possibly losing that, but I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that. So one thing I've been trying to do when doing these financial experiments, anytime I incur a loss, which has happened a couple of times now, this one has actually been the most devastating so far. But I try to think of it like I paid for a course. You know, because you can go to college, you could take a course, and frick, it'd be more than I lost here. You know what I mean? They charge so much for some college classes. Or you could buy a private course online, and I've seen some private courses pretty expensive. And what my idea is even though I lost some money, I gotta pretend that it was a course, and I gotta at least try to learn as much as possible from that loss to better myself next time, or just have more knowledge. Like, I paid for a course. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the mentality I try to use here to make myself feel better. And to be honest, I actually did learn a ton throughout this, about a month. Yeah, about a month long of this painful experiment. I literally learned so much. And to solidify that, to be funny, you guys will appreciate this, but literally I've been watching a ton of financial YouTubers, and I'm not going to name anyone specifically. Some of them have good advice, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, some of them I was like, wow, are you kidding me? Like, no way, you're like doing this stuff and that stuff like a month ago. But now, literally the last week, when I watched the same videos over again and new videos of theirs, I'm like, you are full of, forgive my language. Seriously though, like, it's unbelievable. Like, I can't even. So with that being said, protect yourself out there. When you're seeing something that's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. But with also that being said, there are people in this space who, whether by luck, by technique, or whatever, who do make a lot of money. But then there's also people just like me right here who lose a ton of money, and people who lose a ton more than me. And remember, this is just my experience, okay? This is just what happened. It doesn't always mean this RSI is gonna always be correlated. And as I showed, it wasn't always, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing one way or the other. Okay, this is just what happened and what I learned and what I'm sharing with you guys. I hope you guys are entertained. I hope you enjoy this. Took the course, man. Took the course. That was an expensive course, dog, but whew, we did it, you know? Feel free to make fun of me all you want. I love it. I love the comments regardless. But also watch out for scam in the comment sections. I've been filtering those out. A ton of scam comments all over the place, especially on financial videos. So be careful. But yeah, hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. I will see you all in the next video. Man, maybe I should have used pump.fun.
Frederick? Frederick? Hey! Dad, what are you doing? Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I'm just standing here in this doorway, innocently. What are you doing, huh? I'm just browsing. Oh, just browsing. Just browsing. Oh, okay. I feel so much better. You're just browsing. Dad, no, it's not what it looks like. Oh, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. Well, I can see it with my own two eyes. And what it looks like is one of your sick and twisted fetishes. What? Okay, you know what? It's all gonna be okay. I know a guy. He's a counselor. He deals with this type of disorder all the time.
What are you talking about? It's not what you're thinking.
Nope.
Dad, just stop.
Nope. It's a 6-week course and you're going.
Dad,
You're going
I don't
and
need
when
a
you come out,
counselor.
you're gonna
Dad,
be fixed. It's ringing. It's ringing.
Dad, let me just explain. Come on.
Okay, then what is it then?
It's just a website called pump.fun. That's all.
You're sicker than I thought. Pump.fun.